And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Ah, that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They're locked in again at that third spot. Not a bad place to be.
I think for New Orleans, they continue to obliterate expectations because...
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines.
Well, Ben.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Williamson out there with Favors. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Ball in at the 1. And for Philadelphia, Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Embiid. And it's Simmons in at point guard. So the Pelicans win the tip. And Bill, you can only imagine the excitement of the 2K players with now a chance to pick Zion Williamson.
Has there ever been a more fun player in NBA 2K than Zion?
Well, I mean,
just try to throw him alley-oops over and over again.
His feet will be where people's heads are. Right? That's how high they're going to get him when he goes up there.
Well, you know when the other NBA players pick a guy in another team to play? He's got to be like the #1 choice ever for this. Yeah. Where you have like guys in the Warriors and the Knicks, and they don't care. They're just like, I'm playing Zion.
Right. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
He's had fun.
Good luck, Zion.
Yeah.
Good luck, 2K Zion, too. Don't get hurt.
And here's Ingram from the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Three-point range from his days at Duke. Ingram shoots with range.
Knocks it loose. On the wing, Holiday. In the game against Toronto. Very impressive.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, GA. I mean, great look. High percentage shot. That's the efficiency you're looking to establish.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
And these Philadelphia fans, Bill, unafraid to boo anyone, including their stars on their own team in the playoffs.
And you. I think they might boo you because you did the call for the Kawhi shot.
I did.
Where you were just like,
on the heels of the Philly special in football.
Right.
Right? I mean, they've had these two incredibly interesting moments in sports. Please stand by my side, though, okay, if you don't mind.
Kevin Harlan's a national treasure. Leave the man alone.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, Greg, it makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories. We thought that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that. And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash, his last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it. And then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. And it was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part.
Richardson gets a wide-open look. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And standing over 7 feet, weighing over 250 pounds, it's hard for Embiid to avoid those injuries that plague so many big men, but he in particular seems brittle.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that all the seasons he missed was probably a red flag for that front. It's going to come down to conditioning and us reading a story in August one summer where it's like Joel Embiid has completely changed his body and stopped drinking milkshakes and stopped having 4 meals a day and all this stuff. He actually, I think, is underrated as a great player because if you look at the rim protection stats for him, he is as dominant defensively as he is offensively when he has it going. And he can affect the game even if he's carrying a lot of weight and he's not playing that well. I would love to see him in shape.
The 76ers trail by 10. He dishes it to Embiid. Back to Simmons. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Holiday. And now the 76ers on the break. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, this is where Simmons does the most damage. I mean, he's an electrifying, dynamic transition player who torches defense.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's 7 points for Brandon Ingram.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Simmons finds Harris. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Simmons against Ball. 4 on the clock. Right side Simmons. Another shot. Can't get the layup. And so it's New Orleans with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making...
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, G.A. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Embiid. He's out there with Jones, and it's Milton in at the small forward spot. The offensive rebound, and the dunk by Embiid.
Stellar work on the offensive end. Embiid, I mean, his reach helps him track down many second chance opportunities.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Hart, no good. The 76ers trail by 7. And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players were born in a country other than the United States. The talent is that broad all over the globe.
And Giannis was born on another planet. We don't know what planet
He is
was.
otherworldly.
Was it Earth? I think he just got dropped from some satellite. Yeah, this all starts with...
I love it, too. Don't you? I love the fact you've got players from Latvia and Greece and all over playing.
What's cool about it is they all kind of have distinct identities and quirks, and one of the things that makes somebody like Doncic so much fun to watch is he's not like anybody else. Like, he's close to James Harden, but he's also that step back three that he was taking that he's been making his whole life. Other than Harden, nobody was even really shooting it that way, you know? And I think there's an unselfishness with the European guys that is really useful for the way the American style.
100% agree.
They really, guys move without the ball, it's give and go, and it's not just like clear out, I'm up.
Yeah. New Orleans making a switch here. Ball's checked in. 4-on-3 break. On its way from Burks for 2. That shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. The shot by Redick, no good. Well, Bill, yet another engaging conversation. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, next time let's talk about the hard salary cap. I think the people really love that one. Yeah, I have some ideas.
You would make it interesting.
I have some luxury tax ideas. Yeah, we'll get super technical.
I would be here for them.
Okay.
And GA, what a pleasure to talk with Bill about this team. He brings that super fan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers. And I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Jones, and it's Richardson in for Alec Burks. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Raptors.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, yeah, Greg, that's just the communication and the energy. It just seemed non-existent on defense, and that can't happen, not at this level.
And Simmons slams it in.
A problem inside. That's what he is. Once Simmons gets the ball in the positioning that he wants, he goes for the throwdown.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. It's Ingram on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ingram's got 9.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Korkmaz. O'Quinn with it. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The 76ers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, he was the 19th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. I mean, Harris entered the league after a quality year as a Tennessee Volunteer. And since he's wide open, he's got time to...
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter didn't play out the way Philadelphia had hoped. The deficit for them just seemed to grow and grow, eventually reaching the 10-point mark at one stage of the period. They came out in the second quarter with a lot more energy and with some nice offensive stretching. And that's a wrap with the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Williamson out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Favors. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. Richardson outside. Shot clock at 5. Simmons passes to Embiid. And the rejection by Favors. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
Well, you look at Williamson sitting at the top of the heap. Looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got the goods, no doubt about it. The hops are incredible. And we'll just have to see what sort of creativity he can apply.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
He gets that one. Simmons got 8. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Well, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, they hit you with the fadeaway.
Jones, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Embiid. Makes it off the glass. Embiid's got the lead up to 2 now for Philadelphia.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Williamson with it, working on Jones, and it's Williamson missing. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Burks can't get it to go. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Out to Ingram. Outside Holiday. Fires the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. As you're talking about the Philly fans, they were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
For New Orleans, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor's checked in for Favors. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And J.J. Redick has subbed in for Josh Hart. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Pelicans. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they are, in my eyes, one of the big surprises of the young season. I mean, no doubt the talent was there, but I just didn't think it would come together this fast.
Oh, yeah, you weren't alone in thinking that, but you got to credit the coaching staff. I mean, they've done a terrific job.
A shot by Milton, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Burks can't get it to go.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
To end the run. Can't get it to fall. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Pelicans lead by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the... Coach Brett Brown with some words for his players.
Let's be great on simplicity. On missions, you're running. On makes, A to B and play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Korkmaz is out there with Harris, and it's O'Quinn in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And here is Simmons. Pass to Richardson. Back to Simmons. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
He's a tricky player. He's so difficult to guard. Simmons excels at going with the floater at the right time.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And Philadelphia has possession. It's a 1-point game. Richardson kicks to Simmons. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. And the Pelicans making a change here. Favors is checked in. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal substitution.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Richardson kicks to Simmons to the inside. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Count it. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Williamson with the elite ability to finish off contact. And it's just not the strength, it's the body control.
The pass to Harris. Good, nice job down low.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
Ball, the pass to Favors. Ingram, left side. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go that time. Now the 76ers take it the other way. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Oh, no, don't tell me. He just didn't do that, did he? A critical point of the game, and he makes just about the worst mistake possible.
Redick with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the energy Redick has is what gets him in these calls. I mean, he's difficult to guard sometimes without fouling.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs them.
Simmons on the wing. 1:36 left in the fourth. Oh, that was a strong.
That's how you go home. Easy to see why Simmons is on the floor. He's terrific at capitalizing during important parts of the game.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. This is still a close game, and he told us, guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
No good from Simmons. New Orleans in the lead. Here's Williamson. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, watching him in college, Zion showed he was a big game, big moment player. That's a huge bucket right there.
Simmons passes to Embiid. Up top, Simmons. He's covered by Ball. Embiid, no good. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. They've led by as much as 10. Williamson got it.
And the legend just continues to grow. Zion Williamson could be an all-time great.
And the 76ers call time here. They're down by 5. 50 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So it's Philadelphia now. To the paint. Embiid, the pass to O'Quinn. Holiday against Richardson. Over Holiday. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Simmons dishes to Embiid. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. He can't get that one to fall. And an intentional foul right there.
That's his second personal foul. At the line.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
2 shots.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 5. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, time is of the essence. Basket and a foul, that's got to be the game plan.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Embiid kicks to Simmons.
Get there, get there.
Pass to Richardson. Launches it. It's money from deep.
This is what a point guard should do. Simmons is so adept at noticing when the defense is overcommitted.
And that's an intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. This win sets a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.